Hi there, this is Proud Melanated Queen. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. In today's video, we will discuss the topic, focus on the good rather than the bad. And there's a whole bunch of bad things that are going on in our world today, isn't there? But there's also a lot of wonderful things that are going on in our world today that we can focus on too. And I've been guilty as charged, in which I was focusing on those negative things that happened in my day rather than all of those wonderful, great things that were happening that same day. And it can be a situation as small and as minute as maybe someone not greeting me back when I greeted them first. Or it could have been a situation where I had a misunderstanding with someone, or I felt that I was slighted, or I felt that I was disrespected, or I felt that someone skipped me in line when I was in line first, or maybe someone did not return a greeting that I made to them. But then in that same day, there were 1,001 wonderful things that happened during that day. Maybe it was in that wonderful day, there were 1,001 people that greeted me before I greeted them first. Or maybe in that same day, 1,001 people had so many wonderful positive things to say to me or about me. But for some reason, the negative thing, the negative situation, the negative misunderstanding, the situation that happened in that one day, in comparison to the 1,001 wonderful things that happened to that day, the negative things seemed to have so much power because I gave power to it by focusing on it. And it's just like the law of attraction. We attract to ourselves the things that we think the most about, the things that we talk the most about, the things that we ponder the most about. So by the time I was done thinking about that negative thing, that one thing, or maybe that one situation, by the time I was done, that negative thing was way up here. And all of those 1,001 wonderful things that happened to me during that day was way down here. And after a while, I thought about it and I thought about it. And I realized that, hey, I'm giving power to that negative thing. I'm giving power to it by focusing on it so much. And grant you, it's true, because that negative thing had me sad. It made me feel bad about myself. And in some instances, it affected my self-esteem, and I shed tears, and I had a sleepless night many a time just from focusing on that negative thing. So when the light switch came on and I realized that I literally was giving power to that negative thing, I decided, I made this resolve to stop focusing on those one minute or those small minute things that were happening in my life that I a lot of times had no control over it, and instead focus on those 1,001 wonderful things that were happening and continually happening in my life. And by the time I was done, those 1,001 things began to go higher and higher and higher in my mind. And the things that were negative became lower and lower and lower until those negative things were a thing of the past. And so that's my resolve today. Instead of putting all of my energy, which could literally be put in something a whole lot better than focusing on those negative things in my life, I can instead focus all of my attention on all of the positive, all of the good, because so much good is in the world. And focusing my attention on that, appreciating all of those wonderful things that are happening in my life every day, rather than focusing on those negative things that are going in my life. Not to say that negativity will never ever come our way, but we don't have to let that negative thing that happens in our life overpower us, overtake us so much so that we lose ourselves into it, and then we're then in this negative mindset. Because, like I said before, just like in the law of attraction, we gravitate or we draw toward those things that we think the most about. And so now that I have this new mindset where I'm focusing on those positive things, those wonderful things that are happening in my life, I'm noticing more and more every day that more positive things are happening in my life, and they're happening to me rapidly. And it's almost like it's happening every single day. And it causes a chain reaction, so much so that more and more, day after day, positive things are happening. And then it's kind of like it has an effect on your mood. When a lot of positive things are happening in your life, it affects your mood so much. It's almost like you're brighter, you're happier, you're more energetic, you're more motivated. And I just think about all of those wasted years where I was so focused on those negative things going on in my life. And a lot of times, those people that were involved in those negative situations have gone on with their life because they were in our lives a lot of times just for a season. And then we're still there in our mind, dwelling on those things. And those people have gone on to their next opportunity. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Focus on those good things because there are so many good things in the world today. And we can be a part of that goodness by spreading more positive things in our lives when we're around other people. Because then it's almost like when someone yawns. When you see someone yawn, a lot of times you'll yawn. And it's the same with when you're positive and you're focusing on those positive things and you're talking about those positive things. It's almost like it does cause a chain reaction, not only in your own life, but around those who come in contact with you as well. So this is what I wanted to share with you. And I would just kind of reiterate that we have to focus more and more on those good things because those good things, they are here for a purpose, and that is to spread that good and that cheer in our lives. And I think a lot of times we get that also because we need it. We need to hear more positive in the world. And then we're not so fearful about those negative things that we see going on around us because we don't allow it to define us. So this is what I wanted to share with you, and I hope that what I shared with you was of a benefit to you. And if so, I would ask that you like this video and please comment, please share, and by all means, please subscribe. This is Proud Melanated Queen saying goodbye.